speak nerd. We're talking cheetah, bullet train, lightning strike, hummingbird, race car kind of fast. Planet Networks. So fast, it's worth the wait.
Open Road Mazda of Morristown is your go-to for reliable and affordable vehicles. We offer a wide range of options to match your style and needs. First-time buyers, discover the joy of buying with confidence with our 5-day money-back guarantee. Your journey begins here at Open Road Mazda of Morristown.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
This game is brought to you by Aaron Mizzarelli of State Farm in Randolph. My licensed and experienced team members are here to serve you for all of your insurance and financial service needs in New Jersey and New York. We offer excellent customer service, and our office is conveniently located in Randolph, New Jersey. For a free auto, home, life, or business quote, visit us at aaronmizzarelli.com or call us at 973-389-9999.
Go ahead, take a deep breath. Oh, nice, huh? That's some clean, fresh air at the perfect temperature.
That is good. Who installed the system?
ICS. They're the leaders in HVAC. They make the ductwork at their own factory, so we even save some money.
That's impressive. You recommend them?
It's ICS for HVAC.
I see. Third down to give. Montella cuts back up the middle, and he's over 1,000 yards, and he's off to the races.
Up in the air, blocked down!
Dumping in wide open net. Too easy right there.
Holly Chapman, she'll take off from the wing. That one's good.
Webb trying to get the pin.
Here we go.
And it got it! That would win it for Warren Hill. Great senior night ceremony here at Lenby Valley High School.
A 63 save performance by Casey Connor, the Crimson.
Can he break his record? Kenty Edwards wins it.
Did to you last year, you get them at home.
And we're all so pumped and just happy to
Lineups ahead tonight on Morris Sussex Field.
And welcome, everybody. We are live from Mountain Lakes High School in Mountain Lakes, Morris County, New Jersey, as Garden State Sports presents high school wrestling. Tonight, it's the Whippany Park Wildcats up against the Mountain Lakes Lakers. And welcome, everybody. I'm Joel Kanya. Pleasure having you with us once again right here on the Garden State Sports Network. It is not nighttime. It is afternoon time. It's a 4 o'clock match. This was a match that was supposed to happen about a week and a half ago. It was snowed out, and this is a makeup. Whippany Park comes in 8-3, 1-1 in the NJAC Independence, and we'll stand for the national anthem. Caught us a little early tonight. We're supposed to start at 4. We're starting a little earlier. Mountain Lakes comes in 13-5. They're 3-0 in the NJAC Independence Division. This is a big matchup between these two teams. If Whippany Park wins, they still have a shot at the division to tie at least with Mountain Lakes. If Mountain Lakes wins, they will win the division. Game time temperature tonight outside, a brisk 32 degrees. And it's being brought to you by ICS, keeping you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold. Go to ICSHVAC.com for all your comfort needs. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors for bringing you this wrestling match tonight on Garden State Sports. Let's thank Structural Workshop. They're a full-service structural engineering firm headquartered in Mountain Lakes, New Jersey, with an office in Easton, PA, and in Pompano, Florida as well. Structural Workshop provides structural engineering, building consulting, and forensic engineering services on all types and sizes of properties. Structural Workshop works with architects, real estate developers, attorneys, condo boards, realtors, home inspectors, home buyers, and home owners. From a new 20-story building to an issue in a single-family residence, Structural Workshop does it all. Be sure to check out the website at www.structuralworkshop.com. I'm going to bring in my partner right now as they do introductions here. Peter 5 with us tonight. Peter, a big matchup between these two teams. Yep. They're both in the same section in the playoffs, which is all set as we speak. One's a 6 seed, one is a 4 seed in North 2 Group 1. But exciting matchup tonight. Not far down the road is Whippany Park.
This is a big matchup between two teams that know each other well. Not too long after being in the Morris County tournament out in Mount Olive, you got a lot of performances from this team, this Lakers team that can win the division today, as you said. You talk about the wrestlers that they have, their middleweights are quite large, they're quite physical and very well technique that they have. And then you talk about the Wildcats' first winning season since 1920. Unbelievable. And this team really battled back in tough bouts against teams like Hanover Park that are on top of their section in Morris County. A lot of great football players that had great seasons in the fall for Whippany Park. I do like the Wildcats a little in this match, but it is very tough to call, and it's going to be a very fun afternoon.
And Mountain Lakes, a great athletic school, Peter. Of course, their football team, they won the state championship this year. What a run for the Mountain Lakes herd. And we're going to start at 106, so we're already starting. Devin Engelberger is the 12-year head coach from Whippany Park. Mountain Lakes is Matt Stanzione in his 14th season. We're at 106. And I didn't get who that was, but I believe it's Jones for Aiden Morris for Whippany Park. Yeah. And for Mountain Lakes, it looks like it's Noah Jalalar.
Look at Jalalar on the offensive here. This is how you want to start a bout like this. And Morris is not able to get out of this hold. That is huge, as you know, this specific match continues to go on.
Of course, Mountain Lakes in the orange, Jalalar, and Morris is in the blue. This opening matchup here is being brought to you by Open Road Mazda of Morristown. They have your back. Discover affordable, dependable vehicles for less than $15K, backed by a rock-solid 5-day money-back guarantee. Drive with confidence. Drive with Open Road Mazda of Morristown. They started early today on us. We were supposed to start at 4. It is a few minutes before 4, so we are underway. And this is 106, not 144s. We're at 106. And it's 2-1 in favor of Mountain Lakes here.
Well, Morris got in a nice escape. You can see they've said, cut off the angle, get away. And this is the thing, is both of these teams, they're coached so well, Joel. They wrestle with their hearts on their sleeves.
Morris 5 on 11 coming in. We got a pin here for Mountain Lakes. Noah Jalalar with the pin. So Jalalar with the pin and a 6-0 advantage. We'll see it again.
This is the way you want to start if you're the Lakers. Look at Jalalar there. Tries to just flop him down. See, using his momentum, using Morris's momentum against him. You know, this might be a guy that takes a lot of great physics classes, because that's basically what you're doing. You're using the momentum of the opposing wrestler against him. Great technique for the pin.
Jalalar came in 9-8. He's now 10-8 with that pin. And we have a forfeit win for Whippany Park at 113s.
So it'll be Haynes.
So Sean Haynes with the forfeit win. And let's see at 120 what we do here.
Well, for Mountain Lakes, looks like Giancarlo Ruggiero, and for...
Ruggiero's out today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is out. So we're going to have to listen to the PA. We're at 120s. We have it as Verchinsky for Whippany Park and Sheth for Mountain Lakes.
Verchinsky missed last year's entire season with a broken collarbone, so to come back in a year like now, that is incredibly important.
And Rowan Seth for Mountain Lakes.
Joel, look at Seth trying to flip over Verchinsky. He's a very strong wrestler for that size. But you got to talk about, you know, that physicality, trying to get escapes. Both of these guys have tried to get escapes.
We're at 2-2 right now, and then we got a pin. So the pin for Rowan Sheth for Mountain Lakes. And we didn't get the official announcement, so we believe that was him. And Mountain Lakes with a 12-6 advantage as we see it again. Sheth gets him over right there. Nice move.
Perfect technique, and the roof was going to fall off this place. This is one of the most electric atmospheres. You're talking about the athletes and the great programs they have here.
And we have a forfeit win at 126 for Whippany Park. And I believe that's Ferrante.
Yes.
Devin Ferrante, who came in 15-4. So we're tied at 12, Peter, as we head on to 132s.
Absolutely. I just wanted to mention another thing on Ferrante. Ferrante already at that 15-win mark, 16-win mark. He had 20 wins last year. Unbelievable. You know, I can't say enough about what that Whippany Park program has done.
All right, 132s. Let's see who they are. We aren't getting any announcements.
I see Earhart, I believe, for Whippany Park.
Yeah, Rob Earhart comes in 11-7. He's a freshman in the blue. And let's see if we can find out who Mountain Lakes at 132 is.
How interesting, Joel, also that these bouts have been quite quick. You have the 2 forfeits, and then the other 2 wins for Mountain Lakes were pins.
We're in our 5th match, yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, and wrestling matches can go fast, as you know.
Yeah. We're 2 minutes past 4, and we're in our 5th match. Unbelievable. But, yeah, these are some incredible teams that comes to athleticism. But I really don't want to sound like a broken record, Joel, but the coaching on both of these programs is impeccable.
Well, you have Devin Engelberger, who is a county champ from 2003, wrestling from Whippany Park. He's been at Whippany Park for 12 years, former county champ, former district champ. Matt Stanzione has been in this Mountain Lakes program for 14 years. And how about this? He was telling me before the match tonight, this is the most wrestlers they've ever had in their program this season. So he's building this program. We came in here last year, and you know they had a special day with the youth program here, and it was a nice night they had, and they had the kids here, and he's building this program because they lost a lot during COVID years.
Engelhart trying to get the pin, Joel. Yeah, well, absolutely. And you talk about a program that was starving of a winning season for 103 years, 104 years. Unbelievable. And it just takes one. It just takes a man with conviction. He's that. And your wrestlers have to buy in. You talk all about great coaches that want the most out of their wrestlers, but they got to buy in. And these kids have bought into the program.
5-0 lead now for Rob Earhart. And let's try to find out who the Mountain Lakes wrestler is. So Rob Earhart, he's a freshman. He's the third Earhart to come through the program, along with his senior brother John and his other brother, 2022 graduate AJ, and his father runs the rec program. So he's been watching Whippany Park matches for a long time. Came in third place in New Providence.
So that is Brody Coy, Joel.
It is Brody Coy.
Wrestling for Mountain Lakes.
We did have Brody up there on the screen. That was nice. But it's 5-0. We're in the second period. And Rob Earhart, the younger brother of three, he's on top right now.
Another thing on the Lakers and the Wildcats is they're all about family. Those are family schools orientation. That's great. And the basketball team have the two Giangerussos. One of them obviously was that great quarterback earlier in the season, of the football season. Family is a big part of these two programs and these two communities.
132s at the Morris County tournament this past weekend went to Chase Cano from Del Barton. Defeated Nick Gregory out of Randolph. Earhart placed 16th in the county tournament for Whippany Park. It's tough. It is a tough tournament. Of course, Del Barton has dominated that over the years, the last 15 years. Still 5-0 here, 42 seconds left here in period number 2. We're tied at 12. Mountain Lakes and Whippany Park, a big match, like we said, for this division, the NJAC Independence Division. If Mountain Lakes wins today's match, they will win the division.
You also have to watch out what goes on with, Whippany Park's brother school, sister school in Hanover Park. They're leading that group on points. They were quite prolific as well in the tournament. And how about the team Whippany Park? If they win, they could have a manage to wrestle against. Hold on here.
Trying to get that shoulder down. Brody Coy is a sophomore for Mountain Lakes. He's 6-14 coming in to this match, trying to hang on. 8 seconds left in the second period.
He is just trying to kill this clock.
And it looks like he's going to, and he does. 3 more for Earhart. It's 8-0 now.
Good for these guys to also get refreshments. But what I was...
Well, it's an injury timeout here. Ooh. Why don't we do this, Peter? We'll take a quick break. We'll come back right after this, right here on the Garden State Sports Network.
For all of the perks that come with working here, I would say that the most valuable thing WIS offers is freedom. The freedom to make the most of your role, to really go beyond the job description, the freedom to think differently and be rewarded for it, and the freedom to show up as 100% who you are.
We're back here at Mountain Lakes High School. Joel Kanya, Peter, 5 foot. 8-0. Earhart, they were working on his shoulder a bit there, but he's okay. He's leading this match, and another takedown for Earhart. The freshman over the sophomore, Brody Coy. We're at 132s right now. We started at 106. We're tied 12-12, but right now Whippany Park winning this one 10-1.
And for those coming in, this is the longest bout because the previous 4 bouts we had, Whippany Park won 2 on forfeits, and Mountain Lakes won the other 2 on pins. What I was going to say earlier before the break was that, Joel, you take a look at the team that if Whippany Park wins, they would need to win to tie the division with Dover. Dover has 2 very important matches back-to-back. They got Vernon, which will be on Garden State Sports on Thursday, and then they got these aforementioned Wildcats.
Two points. It's 12-1 for Earhart.
Notice that Earhart has also attacked every part. He's gone for the legs. He's gone to try to, get a grapple hold there like he's trying to do now. He's tried to flip. He's done everything. But at the same time, I think this is great toughness shown by these Lakers wrestlers.
You can tell he's in a wrestling family. He's got the technique.
Oh, 100%.
We look at that Independence Division, Mountain Lakes, Kinnelon, Whippany Park, Dover, Parsippany. And Mountain Lakes right now stands at 3-0.
Let me tell you, from being around the area and knowing a lot of actual friends who wrestled in that program, that Dover Tigers program's legit. They may not be having the best year, but they are a incredibly vast program of great wrestlers.
End of this match, this bout here at 132. 2 more points for Earhart, a 14-1 advantage, and a big win for Whippany Park here.
But I think a small win for Brody Coy in the fact that at the end of the second period, he nearly got pinned, which would have given Whippany Park a massive advantage. And now that you avoided being pinned, that kind of sets the stage also because middleweight is your advantage if you're Mountain Lakes.
He's tough to wrestle too. He's a freshman. He's long and lanky at 132. So a nice win for the Whippany Park Wildcats, a major, and it's 16-12 now in favor of Whippany Park as we head to 138s. And let's see who we have. Looks like Leo Kaplan from the Lakers, Alex Barecki, I believe, for Whippany Park. We'll double check that though. Mountain Lakes, last time we had them on the air was about a week ago, and they defeated Pequannock for the first time ever in the history of their program, which is tremendous also. So it is Alex Barecki and Leo Kaplan.
And speaking of the whole Pequannock matchup, Barecki was one of the reasons that Whippany Park was able to beat the Golden Panthers. So you got both of these guys been kind of Pequannock slayers as of late, Joel. And they're really technically sound wrestlers. That's another thing you kind of mentioned about the wrestling family. When Earhart, these are technically sound wrestlers. They're coached so well.
Veteran coaches, yeah.
Yeah, 100% there. They really do well for themselves in this program.
Alex Barecki's a junior. He's 10-10 on the season. And we look at Leo Kaplan, also a junior. He's 5-13. The strengths of both of these clubs are really middle to heavyweights, and it should be interesting. Right now, Whippany Park has a 16-12 advantage in this match so far. No score here at 138s.
I'll tell you right now, though, this has been an incredible match, but I'm really excited for that 165 bout. Michael Mucci and Michael Fami, that's going to be something special. Those 2 guys are excellent wrestlers.
Looking forward to it. 18 seconds remaining and 2 points on the board now for Barecki of Whippany Park. Whistle blows with 16 seconds remaining. And there's some blood, I think, blood timeout here for Leo Kaplan. 2-0 Barecki over Kaplan. As you see the spotlight on the mat in the center.
Yeah, back to the tournament, Joel. You got to love this county, Morris County, when it comes to wrestling. It was a 2-day, 3-event tournament that went so far. And what was amazing with the tournament, both of us got to broadcast that tournament.
It was a lot of fun.
Was not only was it a lot of fun, but you really saw when we talk about wrestling, blood, sweat, and tears, because there were so many, blood timeouts because these guys just put absolutely everything on the line. And that's one of those sports, you could say it a little bit about, football and high school and hockey. It's definitely up there where if you had a wrestler, they would not want to wrestle for free, but if they had to, they would, because these guys are absolutely, love of the game kind of thing.
It's a rigorous sport. There you see Devin Engelberger in his 12th season. He's in the dark shirt. The Whippany Park coach, the former county champ. Speaking of champs, at 138 this year was Del Barton's Jaden James, who won it over Par Hill's Mario Fornini. And do we have any? Yeah, Alex Barecki came in 16th. Kaplan in 20th at the Morris County tournament. They're cleaning up the mat right now. That's the delay. As you see, Alex Barecki with his coaches. "15 seconds remaining in the first period. Barecki has a 2-0 lead. A major part of Mountain Lake's success this season has been seizing the opportunity to pin and earn bonus points.
And in this match.
They're 13-5 this season, the Lakers. Whippany Park coming in 8-3. 2 seconds, 1. And we'll head to the second period. Barecki up 2-0. According to Coach Stanzione, at the beginning of the season, some of the wrestlers weren't quite understanding how important it is to stick your opponent in those moments, or even stay off your back in matches that you may not win. But he said it's a very tight group they have, and so far, even guys out for different reasons, they find a way to have each other's backs, and that goes back to the football season, I'm sure, also. They're state champs, which is incredible. They're Group 1 New Jersey Group 1 state champs, Mountain Lakes.
They're Group 1 state champions, and they also lost 2 games this year, and neither of those losses were to Group 1 opponents, Hanover Park and Caldwell. So they have primed themselves on physicality, and the same thing here. It's about the coaching, and it's about how it is, and I like that he was able to get that message to his team, because I'll tell you this, even if you're like, well, I'll be able to not get pinned, you never want to be on your back, ever, as a wrestler. That's like one of the cardinal rules. So this was good. The coaching staff got to, push to the team. This is the way that we need to wrestle, and this is the way you need to perform. And, I'm okay with maybe if you lose a match or two, but if you're not performing in practice and you're not doing what you need to be doing as a young man and as a wrestler, you don't need to be on this team. And I love the discipline that the coaching staff has shown for the Lakers.
It's 3-0 now, second period, 42 seconds remaining in period number 2. Barecki from Whippany Park in the black, Kaplan in the orange for the Lakers. Whippany Park has a 16-12 lead so far in this match. We started at 106. Down to 10. And we'll head to the third period. A tight bout here between Barecki and Kaplan. Again, Kaplan a junior, Barecki a junior. Go back to the center again. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Structural Workshop, the full-service structural engineering firm headquartered right here in Mountain Lakes. They have an office in Easton, PA, and Pompano, Florida. 2 more points for Barecki, and he gets the pin in the third period.
Huge for Alex Barecki, because that is a big pin. Whippany Park hasn't been able to get a pin. And you wanted to come away with the victory, but one of the things that the Lakers were able to do well was that they were able to stave off pins. Now that you got that surges your lead even more.
22-12 now in favor of Whippany Park as we head to 144s. And is that Jordan Hernando? I believe it is. He's a football player. He's a state champ for Mountain Lakes. And Amar Munk Orgil wrestling for Whippany Park.
Yeah, Hernando was one of their really great tailbacks that they had in the football team, but take that sport away. He's a great wrestler as well.
He's one of the captains here at Mountain Lakes. And that was quick, and Hernando gets the pin.
Yeah, great pin for Hernando. And another thing we forgot to talk about when it comes to these two teams is that a lot of we always say with wrestlers, a lot of wrestlers, play football in the fall. But another thing with that is that these wrestlers, where not every wrestling team of football players have played each other, these wrestlers that were football players also played each other this year against each other. Whippany Park did play Mountain Lakes, so they're familiar with each other in multiple sports.
That was Jordan Hernando with the pin, so it's 22-18 now. That was a big pin for Mountain Lakes to get back in this match. Now we go to 150s, and let's see who we have. It's going fast here. This is, I believe, Cole Montano for Whippany Park up against Aiden Maynati, but let's double check that. Maynati comes in 8-10. He's a senior. And Montano comes in 8-6. He's a senior.
I'll tell you this, no matter what happens, it's going to go down to those 285s. These teams the margins are razor thin. You can even see in the PowerPoints. Look at the PowerPoints at 6th, Whippany Park's 26.4 in PowerPoints, and Mountain Lakes is 27.2. The margins of error are as thin as sliced oranges. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything. But they're thin. They're thin.
I have a feeling that's something I probably would say also, Peter. But again, I'm completely confused. But I do confuse myself too.
Hey, it wasn't I got my best reference yesterday with the lights. We did the basketball game. But yeah, the point, these teams are so close to each other, and these wrestlers, and you know what it talks about also? We talked about the wrestlers, we talked about the coaching staff and the program. How about the parents and the fans? They're incredibly intelligent. They know all about wrestling, and wrestling parents in general. They'll get on you. They understand, and they understand how hard these young men have been working. And this match is one of the best you could actually look for on this Tuesday afternoon.
Cole Montano. He goes by Cole. That's his nickname. Is Nicholas. Up against Aiden Malnady for Mountain Lakes. 5 seconds left here in the first period. Still no score. Tight match here. It's 22-18 in favor of Whippany Park. Nice having you along here on the Garden State Sports Network as we end period number 1. Joel Kanya, Peter Fightfoot. Again, Whippany Park needs a win here to keep their hopes alive in the division. Now, next week, we start the states.
Yes.
Both of these teams, North 2, Group 1, they're in the same section. For Mountain Lakes, they're the 4th-ranked team. They have yet to win a playoff match, so they're looking for their first. They faced Secaucus, in which a couple seasons ago they felt they were better. They were a higher seed, but lost to Secaucus a couple years ago. So a little bit revenge there. That'll be in the playoffs. They're going to be at Hanover Park. For Whippany Park, they're number 6. As you see, Malnady with a 1-0 lead. Whistle blows, 1:25 in the second period. Whippany Park is the 6th seed in North 2 Group 1. They're going to face Cedar Grove. They're going to be at Hasbrook Heights. That'll start Monday.
Got a couple of those 2 Group 1 Essex County schools that have an incredible rivalry out in that area too, with Cedar Grove and their big rivals, Verona. And Verona's always had a great wrestling program for a long time.
Good bout here. Minute remaining in period number 2. Yeah, you see, well, Hanover Park's number 1.
Yeah, then you got the Aviators, Hasbrook Heights.
And Cedar Grove is 3, Mountain Lakes 4, Secaucus 5, then Whippany Park 6. Yeah. And if you look at the brackets.
And then winding out behind them is Verona, Glen Ridge, Booton, Belvedere, Saddlebrook, Weehawken. You got a lot of Morris and Essex County schools in that. A lot of the eastern side of New Jersey in that section. And, you know, Secaucus has a great program as well. This is a very tough section to call.
1-0 here, 20 seconds. You see the brackets in North 2 Group 1. So Mountain Lakes takes on Secaucus. Hanover Park in that the other bracket plays Glen Ridge. 11 seconds here. Good bout. We're in 150s between Montano and Malnati. We head to the third period, still 1-0. In the other side, the other bracket, in North 2 Group 1, Whippany Park takes on Cedar Grove. Cedar Grove, the 3 seed. Hasbrook Heights, the 2 seed, will face Verona, the 7 seed. That's on Monday. Right now, on Tuesday, we have a good one here. Whippany Park, the Wildcats leading 22-18 over Mountain Lakes. And we head to the third period now. We're 1-1. We're at 150s.
Joel, next Monday, you and I will be, next Tuesday, excuse me, you and I will be here for Mountain Lakes and Kettle basketball.
Looking forward to that. And this great sports school at Mountain Lakes. There you go. You got a 2 points takedown now for Montano. He takes the lead.
Watch out for a possible flip here. I think that's what Mountain Lakes, Malnati is trying to do.
Minute remaining. He looks up at the scoreboard. This is where you got to grind it out.
Most important thing, if you ever see a wrestler look at the scoreboard, everybody thinks they're looking at the score. What they're more looking at is the clock.
Yeah, they are.
To see how much clock you can move with certain techniques.
See Montano on top. He flips Malnati. 30 seconds. Cole Montano trying to hang on here. The senior looking for his 9th win on the season. 3-1. There's a point. It's 3-2.
Right? Yeah, right now he's just got to stuff the head and keep working.
Whistle. There's 3.7 seconds remaining, and they're going to give a point to Montano there. And it's now 4-2, 3.7, here we go. Montano just has to hang on. He does, he wins it by decision, 4-2. And Whippany Park has a 25-18 lead in this match. As we head to 157s, and now it's going to get fun. Start to get to the middleweight and heavyweights. We'll try to get who these young men are.
It's Fellini and Feo. Cellini, excuse me. Nick Feo, Gabe Cellini. Celiani medaled in 2 tournaments. He also was a great fall sport athlete. You know, we talked about the football. He was actually a soccer player in their soccer team who finished in the group finals, the group North finals against Brearley. His team did very well. Now he's obviously in the winter doing quite well with this wrestling program at Mountain Lakes.
Feo is on top in the orange. He's 20-2. He's a senior at 157. Saliani is a freshman. He's 12-6. He's having a nice year. At 157, Yeah, Feo came in 5th place. He placed 5th in the Morris County tournament. So terrific tournament for Nick Feo. Saliani finished 16th.
Which is not bad at all in that tournament.
CJ Betts of Del Barton was the champ. 45 seconds left here in period 1. It's 4-1 in favor of Nick Feo.
Yeah, Betts had a fantastic showing in day 1. He had I think it was a 30 seconds until he got a pin. It's a pin in the first 30 seconds of the match. These teams are great, but that Green Wave team is just bursting with talent. I think, what are you telling me, 15 straight?
It's 15 straight wins in that tournament.
Yeah.
It's incredible. 4-2 now. Feo, one of the captains for Mountain Lakes. Saliano, again, a freshman. Father's involved with coaching in the feeder program. Also a soccer player.
We talk all about the football team. In the fall, they had a great season with some of their other sports as well. Their tennis made the sectional semis. So did their field hockey team. Their boys went to the North Group Final, and their girls won the state championship in soccer. It's like the fall you dream of when it comes to being an athletic director. And the athletic director and all the people involved in athletics at Mountain Lakes have done an outstanding job.
Of course, Cosmo Fusco, head coach at Mountain Lakes, the state champs.
I think you meant Daryl Fusco. Cosmo's the son. He's not a coach
I'm
yet.
sorry. Cosmo's a player. Good job.
He's a basketball player.
Yeah, and he's also a football player.
He's going to, I think, UPenn for football this year. And it's just amazing. Ivy League Division I.
It's just a great run
Yeah.
in the fall for the herd.
Daryl was funny. Coach asked him about. He said, "Well, the biggest thing is he's going to Ivy League, which means he knows more than me." And it was very interesting. They do a great job. And the best thing about these student athletes is that athlete never comes first. It's student first. And the same thing in Whippany Park too. As told you about, I've very been involved with the new coaching. The coach there used to play for Warren Hills as a football player.
We did that. We did the game against Hackettstown, and they totally dominated the Tigers that day on that Friday night.
It was their game against Kittatinny in the consolation tournament. They won against Parsippany and also against North Warren, and that's a program. The football program's on the up and up. They were one that people weren't expecting. They're going to great places now after this season, and you see what the wrestling program's done too.
Feo with a 4-2 lead here in the second period. He's been rolling, according to Coach Matt Stanzione, all year. 3rd at the Laker Holiday Tournament, 1st at the Lenape Valley Tournament. He's 20-2 coming into this match. He's leading 4-2. A nice job by the freshman so far, Saliani, holding his own in this bout right now. 27 seconds left here in period number 2. We're live from Mountain Lakes High School. Garden State Sports Network. Four 4-3 now. Saliano escapes, gets the point. 5 seconds here in the second period. He holds on. It's 4-3, heading to the third. Nice work by Saliani. Again, just a freshman. He's 12-6 on the season.
Good for Gabe Saliani also to get that point before the period ended.
Start the third period. Feo looking for his 21st win. Again, the score, it's 25-18 Whippany Park. And Saliani giving Feo fits. Feo gets a point, though. It's 5-3. A minute 25. And we're tied at 5. We got a takedown. The freshman.
Well, the Wildcats coaching staff are also humming about the fact that if you're noticing on a couple of these rushes, when he's been giving fits, he has really been giving Nick Feo fits. He has had chances to put Feo on his back, which is what the coaching staff wants him to do, and he's getting closer to be doing that.
And we got one more point for Feo now. He has a 6-5 advantage. Under a minute to go. It's now 8-5 with the takedown. A great job by Gabe Saliani, though. The freshman giving the senior everything he's got here at 157. Don't forget, folks, advertise with us. George.muha at gardenstatesports.com. Get those really cool trading cards. 4 to 5 million views on Instagram. Social sharing, that's huge for us. Get these banners on our broadcast. You see the banners in the lower right. Very affordable, get you in front of your community if you advertise with us. Looks like Feo's hanging on here, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and Nick Feo wins it. A big win for Feo, his 21st win of the season. But the freshman Saliano gave Feo all he could handle. But a big win for Mountain Lakes there, Peter, now trailing 25-21 in this match.
And now get your popcorn ready, because here's the show. This is going to be a fun one on the 165.
We're looking at Mike Mucci, Mitch as they like to call him, up against, Mitch Fammy. Mike Fammy, they call him Mitch. And it's Michael Mucci. Here we go, 165s.
I'll tell you, Fammy is very physical. I'm quite familiar with him, seeing him on the tournament in Morris County. He did very well on that first seeded bracket. I'm talking about the day one, obviously, and then he surged to do well there as well. And from the football side, so way too much of him running the football for Whippany Park this year. One of the best two-way running backs that I saw in a Group 1 school.
Fammy placed 5th at the Morris County tournament. Mucci placed 8th. Good matchup here. Mucci comes in 11-6, the senior. Fammy, also a senior, comes in at 16-3.
As the great Terrell Owens would say, get your popcorn ready. This is a really fun one.
Can you name the teams Owens played for? No, you don't have to. I know you can, Peter. You don't have to tell me. I'm kidding. That quote came out of nowhere.
San Francisco,
Peter Pfeiffer.
Philadelphia, Dallas.
You got it. Under a minute.
You shouldn't have me do things that you know I can accomplish.
Crazy. What comes out of that head? 2-0 now. We got the takedown by Fammy.
He's trying to go for the pin, too. Did you see how the arm kind of gripped off the shoulder of Michael Mucci? And as you said, Fammy finished 5th, but Mucci didn't finish far behind him in the Morris County tournament.
Mucci just got the point, so it's 2-1 with that escape. 30 seconds left in period number 1.
And if you've watched my wrestling broadcasts on Garden State Sports, you know how important I emphasize escapes are, because they, number one, get yourself out of holds, and they give your team points. It's very much a win-win.
Fammy, though, 2 more with the takedown. 13 seconds left. That's a 4-1 bout at 165s. We started tonight at 106, or this afternoon, I should say. It is an odd time to start a wrestling match. We got an escape there, so it's 4-2. A late point there for Mucci as we start the second period. This match started at 4 o'clock, so these kids get out of school, or they weigh, and then they bust over if you're Whippany Park. And there wasn't much time before they started wrestling, so it's a little off timing for them. Same with Mountain Lakes, even though they're home. I think a little bit of an advantage there. But they're wrestling at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, one of the reasons why that wrestling's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon is the girls' basketball team has a huge game against Hackettstown in a couple hours right in this gym. So Mountain Lake's doing back-to-back sports, and great. Paul Mangiorno is the athletic trainer and the athletic director, and the rest of the athletic staff do a great job here at Mountain Lakes, as we say over and over. And we're getting ready in the spring, the lacrosse and baseball and all that too. They do a fantastic job.
And this is a makeup match. And we got a takedown. Do we have a pin here? Fammy now up 7-2. This would be big points for Whippany Park. They're already leading 25-21.
He's got 70 seconds to get it.
And Fammy does it. He looks like a rock there. He is a bull, and a big pin for Fammy. And that gives Whippany Park, as we watch it again, a 31-21 advantage here at Mountain Lakes.
Well, from Whippany Park and all the way to Cedar Knolls, he's a rock star. You could see what he could do, and then once he does it, you saw the reaction too. Kind of gave him a smile, beating on the chest. That's one of their energizers. And a huge, huge pin for Whippany Park.
All right, this looks like Ronaldo Di Jacopo for Mountain Lakes, who is 21-2. The junior, we're at 175s now.
I think that's John Earhart.
And this should be John Earhart, the senior for the Wildcats of Whippany Park. John Earhart is 9-3. We saw his brother wrestle earlier and win. Rob Earhart at 132.
And I have another thing to touch on with Mountain Lakes that I can't believe we even mentioned yet. And this is really important, and it also has to do with John Earhart and what he does as an athlete. This is a program that really stresses, and well, this is for Whippany Park, but also Mountain Lakes has the same kind of stress on this, stressing 3-sport athletes. John Earhart's a 3-sport athlete, football, lacrosse, and wrestling. And you talk to that, Joel, like that always used to be the thing, 20, 30 years ago.
Sure.
But now, it's not as much. But when you talk about Whippany Park athletics and Mountain Lakes athletics, it is abound with 3-sport athletes.
Di Jacopo is the only wrestler to place in both tournaments this year. First in the Laker Holiday, third at the Lenape tournament. He's at 175. That's not Earhart. We're not sure now. We're going to have to double check that. We'll check that out for you. But Di Jacopo, tremendous wrestler, 21-2, the junior. At 175 at the county tournament, he finished 5th. So a great placement for Di Jacopo of Mountain Lakes. Who do we have, Peter?
Now, we did get confirmation. It is John Earhart.
Okay, it is John Earhart.
And he's doing a good job right now. Out of all of the great bouts and matches I've seen, what I've liked the most of this match between these two teams, how many times have you seen a scoreless first period?
Yeah.
Which means that these teams are,
stuff.
These wrestlers as well are not giving a lot of edge in it. And also, if you can continue to battle through the first period and you're scoreless, it means that you can save a lot of your energy for the second and later into the third.
No score. We head to the second period now. We got an escape and a 1-0 lead for John Earhart. And you look at John Earhart. Again, he's 9-3. He's a senior. But Di Jacopo, really the favorite here, Peter, because he placed 5th at the Morris County tournament. He just picked up 2 with the takedown, his first 2 points of this bout, and he's leading now 2-1.
And he needs this because look at the score, and there's only 3 more left.
Hey, folks, if you like this broadcast, please subscribe. Our hope is that if you're liking our telecast of New Jersey Scholastic Sports, you'll help us out by clicking the subscribe button right there on the YouTube channel and the notify bell. We broadcast, of course, 30 to 40 New Jersey high school games a week, and we are the only television subscription you have that will be free. It will always be free here as we look at the wrestlers' posters right there. So we only ask that you help us out. Click on that subscribe button. Also, booster clubs. What have I told you? One of these teams you are watching right now raises thousands a year by having Garden State Sports broadcasting their games. Well, many teams partner with us to not only televise their team, so fans can watch from all over the world with professional commentary and the top-tier production, but also as the #1 way they raise money for their team. So check out our description for more information. We have a blood timeout here. Minute 22 to go in the second period. And they're working on Earhart right now. I'd like to thank Structural Workshop, a full-service structural engineering firm headquartered right here in Mountain Lakes, New Jersey. They also have offices in Easton, PA, and Pompano, Florida as well. I'd like to thank them tonight. They provide structural engineering, building consulting, and forensic engineering services on all types and sizes of properties. Structural Workshop works with architects, real estate developers, attorneys, condo boards, realtors, home inspectors, home buyers, and even homeowners. From a new 20-story building to an issue in a single-family residence, Structural Workshop does it all. Be sure to check them out on the website. Go to structuralworkshop.com. It's 2-1 in favor of John Earhart right now. Check that in front. It's not. It is DiGiacopo with the lead, 2-1. A minute 22. They were working on Earhart with the blood. And now we're set to go here in the second period. It's a big bout, Peter, in this match for Mountain Lakes. They're down by 10 points.
Yeah, it's as big as you can imagine, and you really actually want to pin if you could dream that up, and that's what he's going to try to get here.
This is for the conference championship for Mountain Lakes. They win, and they win the championship. All right, now they trail 31-21. Whistle here in this bout with DiGiacopo leading 2-1. DiGiacopo will start on top. He's in the orange. We're at 175s. Again, we started at 106. $50. Again, Mountain Lakes came in with a record of 13-5. 3-0 in the NJAC Independence Division. Whippany Park 8-3, 1-1 in the same division. So the scenario is Whippany Park wins tonight, and if they could win Friday, they'll be 3-1, the same record as Mountain Lakes. They'll share the division.
That's exactly what you'd wanted, but they're going to be tough. It's going to be tough coming up on Friday against Dover. That's going to be a really difficult one for them too, but you know, they've enjoyed difficult situations. They've enjoyed wrestling against the best teams that you can get, and it's all about challenge, and they've given themselves quite a challenge with the schedule that they've wrestled against and the teams that they've wrestled against.
End of period 2. DiGiacopo with a 2-1 advantage as we head to the third period. And we figured all of these middle to heavyweights would be good battles, and so far we're seeing it. And we got a point now for DiGiacopo. So it's 3-1 as we start period number 3.
I'd say this is all about battles as well. You know, going through, trying to win a battle, get a hold, get points, come back, do that, pop up, and keep your composure, especially because these middleweights are much longer bouts.
Again, DiGiacopo is 21-2. Now a minute 18 remaining in period number 3. Whippany Park has a 31-21 advantage right now. Late afternoon at Mountain Lakes High School. A minute remaining. Jonathan Earhart.
Yeah, now Earhart's going to have to try to wriggle down. Look at this!
And he got 2. And we're tied at 3. And another 2!
John Earhart!
Are you
Oh my
kidding
God!
me? Wow! John Earhart comes out of nowhere. Major upset here and pins DiGiacopo. Watch this. Tremendous.
He comes out almost like he was storing that energy. And he wiretaps him. There's 1 to get 2 points, 2 to get 2 points. You know what? I'm going to add a pin.
Jonathan Earhart with the upset over Ronaldo DiGiacopo. And Whippany Park, Peter, has a 37-21 lead. We just got a forfeit at 190. And it's now 37-27. And Peter, there's 2 matches left, 2 bouts left at 215 and 285s.
Yes.
And Mountain Lakes needs they're down 10 points, so you need 2 pins.
Yes, you do. You need 2 pins and 2 bouts coming up against 2 guys that are brothers in the Limas. First one we're going to see is Laz. These guys came from Florida to New Jersey. Laz was a basketball player, and he turned into a wrestler. 6'5".
Let's see who it is for Mountain Lakes, Peter. Go find out. Yeah. We'll make sure who's on that court or on the mat. Peter's going to check that out. We think we're not sure. It may be Salerno, it may be Dowling for Mountain Lakes. No score, but right now Mountain Lakes needs a pin in the worst way. Whippany Park, tremendous outing. And that pin by John Earhart was tremendous there. No score here in the first period. And Whippany Park with a 37-27 lead.
We just got the result. Giacomo Bavacqua is the one wrestling for the Lakers.
Okay, so he's a lighter weight at 215. So Bavacqua. Now we have some strategy going on here. So they put out Bavacqua.
Yeah, the strategies go low because look at Lima. Laz Lima, 6'5" for a wrestler.
Lazaro Lima, the sophomore, he's 7-6. End of the first period here.
And Lima finished 3rd in the West Orange tournament, as we said. Him and his brother Leo, who we'll see after this, came from Florida. These guys are tough, physical wrestlers for this Whippany Park team.
Giacomo Bavacqua, 12-4. And we enter period 2, no score. And Bavacqua needs a pin. These boys are big. They're in great shape. We're at 215s. And the Lakers need a pin at 215 and a pin at 285. If they don't get that, Whippany Park wins this match, and they'll have a shot at the division Friday night against Dover.
We were talking about, remember football earlier? Well, Laz and Leo are linemen for Whippany Park.
Big boys.
Yeah.
Second period, no score. Bavacqua, again, 12-4. Laz Lima is 7-6. Laz Lima is a sophomore. Bavacqua, a senior. Bavacqua knows what he needs to do.
He's got to turnstile him low. That's what he's trying to do. And as you said, you want to get points, but at the same time, if you win this bout, you win and you get points and you don't pin, it doesn't mean anything for your team. So he knows in the back of his head, and he'll occasionally, as you were talking about earlier, look at the clock as well. Look, he's trying to flip him.
He knows he needs a pin. 50 seconds left, second period. Still no score. Can Bavacqua get him over?
He almost did, but Lima was able to stay burrowing on that stomach.
35 seconds. Good crowd here at Mountain Lakes High School. Again, Whippany Park with a 37-27 lead. Can he turn him? 20 seconds. He's got him down, and he got it! He got the pin! Wow! Exactly what Bavacqua needed in Mountain Lakes. How about that?
The Lakers have life. Bavacqua is able to finally get the arm down, leverage the shoulder, and Joel, you and I, just like we had the opportunity in Warren Hills with a pin at the end to win it, there's a pin at the end to win it for the Lakers if they're able to get it.
And we got to find out who's wrestling, Peter. Go get him. Wow, what a big win for Bavacqua in the second period. And this is the last bout of the night. Here we go. The heavyweights, the 285s. Who do we have?
And the hero of the day could be Christopher Dowling if he comes out with a pin, Joel. It is Chris Dowling for Mountain Lakes, and the second Lima that we see, Leo, 210. He's 285, but we were talking about a guy that is really strong. A guy that'll go to the military after high school. He said that was his plans. And these two guys, you could see a two big heavyweight pin could win it for the Lakers and win the division as well.
Dowling, that's right, Dowling, 7-1. He's close. Can he get it? Chris Dowling needs a pin and Mountain Lakes will win it. He got it. He got it. And Mountain Lakes wins. Mountain Lakes wins.
The Lakers are division winners off a pin. Final second buzzer beater, and I gotta say it again. Holy jumping. This is unbelievable. They looked like they were down, finally able to claw back.
They have the score wrong. It's 39-37. That's the final. Mountain Lakes wins it over Whippany Park. Are you kidding me? That was incredible. They needed 2 wins. They needed 2 pins. Bavacqua and Dowling get it, Peter. Tremendous. Wow.
Can't say enough about this Mountain Lakes wrestling team. They're a fantastic program. And Leo Lima tried to get out of it. But Chris Dowling is the hero that the Lakers needed.
There you see it.
And look out, Secaucus Patriots. This is a tough team coming up.
What a comeback for Mountain Lakes. What a match here at Mountain Lake High School. That'll wrap it up here from Mountain Lakes. We're going to have our player of the game on social media. Check that out. So for Mountain Lakes, they win the division. They're 4-0 in the division, 14-5. Whippany Park drops to 8-4, 1-2 in the division. Don't hang your heads if you're Whippany Park. That'll wrap it up for Vincenzo Sebastiano. Matt Magera on the camera, and Vincenzo was on the board. Peter 5-Foot, I'm Joel Kanya. Have a great night, everybody.
Both of these teams, they're coached so well, Joel. They wrestle with their hearts on their sleeves.
Morris 5-11 coming in. We got a pin here for Mountain Lakes. Noah Jalala.
For that size, but you got to talk about, that physicality, trying to get escapes. Both of these guys have tried to get escapes.
We're at 2-2 right now, and then we got a pin. Advantage, and a big win for Whippany Park here.
But I think a small win for Brody Coy in the fact that at the end of the second period, he nearly got pinned, which would have given Whippany Park a massive advantage. And now that you
Service structural engineering firm headquartered right here in Mountain Lakes. They have an office in Easton, PA and Pompano, Florida. 2 more points for Barecki, and he gets the pin in the third period.
huge.
And that was quick, and Hernando gets the pin.
Yeah,
Tano there. And it's now 4-2, 3.7, here we go. Montano just has to hang on. He does, he wins it. By Feo fits. Feo gets a point though, it's 5-3. A minute 25. And we're tied at 5. We got a takedown. The freshman. If you advertise with us, looks like Feo's hanging on here, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and Nick Feo wins it. A big win for Feo, his 21st win of the season. And we got a takedown. Do we have a pin here? Fami now up 7-2. This would be big points for Whippany Park. They're already leading 25-21.
He's got 70 seconds to get it. Wriggle down, look at this!
And he got 2. And we're tied at 3. And another 2!
John Earhart,
Are you
oh my
kidding
God!
Me? Again, Whippany Park with a 37-27 lead. Can he turn him? 20 seconds, he's got him down, and he got it! He got the pin! Wow! 7-1, he's close, can he get it? Chris Dowling needs a pin and Mountain Lakes will win it! He got it! He got it! And Mountain Lakes wins!